Camera speed. Set.
Alright, I am here with another chashama filmmaker and a film subject. Please introduce yourselves.
My name is Verb Karagher, but everyone calls me Verb, and this is Freeman.
Hi, I'm Freeman.
Well, hello Freeman and Verb. Welcome. And is this your first time in the Chashama Film Festival?
Yes, it is. I was very interested in doing this film festival in that I meant my film to be distributed for free. And this is a free film festival, and I thought that's absolutely perfect. It's within the spirit of what I'm trying to achieve with the film.
Excellent. And elaborate on that. What are you trying to achieve with your film, Vox Populi?
I would like to inform and educate people, and I think that when you're looking to bring an important subject out, I think that education is something that needs to be free. And I feel that when I made this documentary, I wanted people to have access to the information in it absolutely free. And that's why there's never ever to be any money made on the distribution of the film.
And how did you and Freeman meet and decide to collaborate on a film?
Actually, through a good friend of ours who is a filmmaker, author, and radio host out in Australia. Maybe you want to elaborate some more on that?
Yeah, well, absolutely. I have the same philosophy as Megan in the idea that all information should be free, and so I have Free Man TV, where everything's free. And I've been making documentaries. I have 6 DVDs out now. And so throughout this, I've been made popular around the world through the internet without even my knowledge, or I didn't realize this was going to happen to me. But in this, I've been transferred over to Australia, and Max Egan was a wonderful friend that then combined our efforts, and now we are united in Vox Populi.
Excellent. And so, in freely distributing your movie, you're mainly going to distribute it through the internet?
Yeah, actually we have about 30,000 views already, and hopefully this will bring more. But what I was hoping with this film festival is to bring the information to a new audience. Those who have found my work have often found it through Freeman, or through David Icke, or through Max Egan, or through Jordan Maxwell and some of the others interviewed in the film. But I would like to bring a wider audience to the subject matter, because I feel that it's very important for people to understand how governments work, how monetary systems work, how they're being manipulated without their knowledge.
There's also something to be said for seeing a film as part of a group, not just watching it by yourself on your computer or what have you. And are there other free film festivals that you're hoping to show this film in to encourage this group viewing and thereby group discussion of your work?
Ideally, I'd love it to go out to any and all free film festivals, to be quite honest with you. I haven't entered in too many. I've been quite selective about what I've chosen to enter based on what the agenda is. A lot of the agendas of film festivals are to get distribution for you and young filmmakers, and I'm not necessarily interested in making a profit. I'm not necessarily interested in distribution in terms of money making. I'm interested in distribution in terms of a wider audience getting to see it, as opposed to just those who might specifically be looking for this information. I think this is information that everyone should have. Information on the Federal Reserve, information on the people that are in charge of politics, in charge of the major corporations, and how this corruption has led to the degradation of humanity, in all honesty.
So the distribution of information without an agenda, without a specific money-making agenda, is what this film's about, right?
No, this film is actually about how around the world we're seeing increasingly societies descending into Orwellian police states.
Yes.
Things have become very, very, very controlled, and not necessarily for people's betterment, but because there is this agenda of control and profit, and the gods of profit. And so I'm addressing how people are controlled, how they're manipulated. The full title of the film is Vox Populi, Methods of Manipulation, because one of the ways to not be manipulated is to understand, one, that you are being manipulated, and then two, what are the alternatives to being manipulated? Self-choice, real self-choice.
And so, Freeman, you're based in Australia now?
No, I've just been there for speaking engagements, and
Oh, okay.
I'm now flown around the world to talk about the things that I discuss. I tend to show you how the symbolism plays out in the occult roots of your politics. So it's a deep subject that really involves everyone, but no one's really paying attention. So I like to highlight the secret society influence into politics, the occult connections with that, the use of ritual magic and things of this nature inside of the politics that has been somewhat hidden for most of this time.
So, for both of you, this is a question for both of you, what's your next project?
My next project, I'm looking to do a film on pharmaceutical companies, the abuses of pharmaceutical companies, but even more than that, the alternatives to traditionalized standard Western medicine, the alternatives to taking poisonous substances.
So there's quite a few entries in this year's Chashama Film Festival that are great for that. Tonight's What If Cannabis Cured Cancer? There's another film tomorrow. This seems to be a great subject for independent documentarians.
Well, it is. It's an amazing subject because it's a subject that affects every single person intimately. People fall ill, their relatives fall ill, and people that they care about fall ill, and they want them to be better. You want to get better, but do things like chemotherapy, which destroys all the cell division in your body, is that really the best way to cure cancer? What are the alternatives? Even when you look at traditional alternatives, things like acupuncture, things like physiotherapy, things along these lines, holistic medicines, natural herbal medicines, for instance, cannabis, many other sorts of things. It's quite common for people to say, oh, I'm going to come down with a cold and go out and get some echinacea and some golden seal. Well, these are herbal medicines. And what people don't realize is that with the coming of Codex Alimentarius, there's a very serious situation where these herbal medicines might be taken off the market entirely. They might be restricted. Your vitamins are restricted under Codex
Guys, hold-
Alimentarius.
hold for a
Sorry,
minute.
yeah,